Buckle up, everybody. We're diving headfirst into a story that could reshape global finance as we know it.
Sounds intense.
It is.
Oh.
We're talking Bitcoin, and we're talking big moves by the U.S. government.
Okay, I'm all ears.
So you know how we're always asking you to send us the most thought-provoking stuff you find?
Yeah. Always on the lookout for those hidden gems.
Well, you guys definitely deliver this time.
You got something juicy.
Big time. This article about a potential American strategic Bitcoin reserve. Well, imagine Fort Knox.
Oh, wow. Okay, so like a digital Fort Knox.
Exactly. And it's got us thinking, what does it mean? Why is this happening now? And most importantly, what could it mean for you?
That's a lot to unpack.
It is. But that's what we're here for. We're going to break it all down.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready to dive in. What's the historical context here? We talking about a major paradigm shift?
Potentially, yeah. I mean, think about it. For centuries, nations has stockpiled gold.
Right, as like a foundation of their economic power.
Exactly. It's a symbol of stability, a safe haven.
And now we're talking about the U.S. potentially viewing Bitcoin in the same light. Wow.
It's a huge deal because it suggests they're seeing Bitcoin as more than just a volatile speculative asset.
They're seeing it as a strategic asset, like gold, like oil.
Exactly. This isn't just some fringe theory either.
Yeah, who's actually backing this idea?
Some pretty influential figures.
Like who? Spill the beans.
Well, Senator Lummis, for one.
Oh, wow. She's a major player in the crypto space.
She is. And she chairs the first ever Digital Assets Oversight Subcommittee.
So she really knows her stuff.
Absolutely. And her support lends a lot of credibility to this idea.
Makes sense. What about the other side of the aisle? Any support from over there?
Actually, yeah. People like Eric Trump are advocating for more crypto investment, specifically policies that would encourage wider adoption.
Interesting. So you've got bipartisan support.
We do. And that tells me this conversation is evolving quickly.
And gaining serious traction.
Exactly. But, okay, let's get down to brass tacks. How could this strategic Bitcoin reserve impact the average investor?
Well, the most immediate impact would probably be on the price of Bitcoin itself.
Makes sense. More demand, higher price.
Right. If the U.S. government starts buying up massive amounts of Bitcoin, we could see a huge surge in price.
A new all-time high, maybe?
It's definitely possible.
Wow. So it's not just about the price going up, though, right?
No, not at all. This move could be a signal to the rest of the world that Bitcoin is moving from speculative to, well, more like a mature, institutional-grade investment.
So like attracting big players, the pension funds, the hedge funds.
Exactly. That kind of institutional buy-in could bring a whole new level of stability to Bitcoin.
And attract even more investors.
Right. Could be a snowball effect.
And this wouldn't just be limited to the U.S., right?
Absolutely not.
What could this mean for the global financial landscape?
Think of it like this. The U.S. establishes this Bitcoin reserve. It might just be the push other countries need to start considering it too.
It's like a domino effect.
Exactly. Especially countries looking to diversify their reserves beyond the U.S. dollar.
Wow. So potentially a global power shift.
It's not out of the realm of possibility. We could see Bitcoin playing a bigger role in international trade and finance.
Okay, now let's be real. Crypto still feels like the Wild West sometimes.
It can be a bit of a roller coaster.
That's putting it mildly. Is the U.S. even ready for this?
Oh, the timing of this is fascinating.
What do you mean?
The SEC is forming a dedicated cryptocurrency task force.
Really?
Yeah. It seems they're getting serious about regulating the crypto space.
About time.
Plus, we're hearing a lot of optimism from big names in crypto about this.
About the task force.
Yeah. They're hopeful that it will lead to more clarity and a more stable environment.
Interesting. So this strategic Bitcoin reserve could be the catalyst for that.
It could be, because it might finally attract those hesitant institutional investors.
Okay, but let's take a step back. What does it mean to call Bitcoin a strategic asset?
It's a big question.
It is.
And it ties into this thing called the Bitcoin Act.
The Bitcoin Act. What's that?
It's a proposed law that would officially recognize Bitcoin as a national resource.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like gold or oil. Think about the implications. Bitcoin could be used in international trade negotiations, maybe even to secure strategic alliances.
We're talking about a potential future where Bitcoin is central to global power dynamics.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay, so let's bring it all back home. What does this mean for our listeners?
Well, it's about more than just potential profits.
Right.
It's about the potential for fundamental change. We've talked about the possibility of price increases, a more stable market.
And a reshaping of global finance.
Exactly. This isn't just about numbers on a screen. It's about a potential paradigm shift.
So here's something for everyone listening to think about. If the U.S. does establish this Bitcoin reserve, will other nations follow suit? And if they do, what will that mean for the balance of power on the world stage? This story is just getting started, and we'll be here to break down every twist and turn. And hey, if you come across anything interesting, send it our way.
We love hearing from you guys.
We do. Until next time.
Stay curious.